Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something we all do, whether we admit it or not, gossiping about celebrities.
I mean, think about it. From Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner to Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn, 2023 was basically dubbed the year of celebrity breakups. These stories are everywhere, and they dominate the headlines for weeks. So what is it about the love lives of total strangers that we find so completely captivating?
Well, it turns out this isn't just some simple guilty pleasure. Nope. There are some really deep psychological reasons why we just cannot look away from the lives, the loves, and the losses of people we have never, ever met.
Okay, so to really get to the bottom of this whole obsession, we've got to define our terms first. What even is gossip from a scientific point of view?
You know, the word gossip kind of has a bad rap, right? We think of something mean or catty, but according to the American Psychological Association, it's actually way more neutral than that. At its core, it's just about sharing personal information. It's not always malicious. In fact, it's a huge part of how we communicate and make sense of our social world.
And that's really the key here. As psychologist Dr. David Ludden explains, we're social animals. Gossip isn't just useless chatter, it's a social tool. It's how we learn the unwritten rules and figure out what's happening in our communities. It's actually helpful.
Okay, so if gossip is a tool, what's it for? Well, one of its biggest jobs is to act as a kind of social glue. It has this incredible power to build and strengthen the relationships we have with the people around us.
Think about it. Dr. Stephen Benning's research really hones in on this. The simple act of sharing information that feels a little private, even if it's just about a celebrity, creates this little bond. It's like you're saying, hey, we're in on this together. And that creates a shared reality, a real sense of connection and trust. And this is why celebrity gossip is kind of the perfect social tool. It's super effective. But why? Because it's safe. There's almost zero personal risk compared to, say, talking about your coworker or your cousin. It gives you instant common ground with almost anyone, and it helps us figure out what's acceptable behavior in society, all through the drama of a movie star's life. But here's where it gets really interesting. This whole bonding thing, it isn't just about connecting with other people. A lot of the time, the stories we share and how we react to them actually say more about us than they do about the celebrities. It's like holding up a mirror. So this is where social comparison kicks in, and it works in a couple of ways. On one hand, when you see a celebrity who seems to have a perfect life go through a messy breakup, it makes them feel more human, right? More relatable. But then there's the other side of the coin. Seeing their misfortunes can, sometimes give our own self-esteem a little nudge, making us feel a bit better about our own lives in comparison. And this perfectly captures a concept called schadenfreude, that little bit of pleasure we sometimes get from hearing about someone else's misfortune. As Dr. Benning points out, it feels way, way less shameful to feel that about a distant wealthy celebrity than it does about someone we actually know. This connection we feel also leads to something that experts call parasocial relationships. Dr. Ludden describes these as basically one-sided friendships. We follow their careers, we celebrate their wins, we feel for them during their losses, we feel like we know them. And these relationships can fill gaps in our real-world social lives. The best part? They're totally risk-free. A celebrity can't reject you. Okay, so we've talked about our personal feelings in relationships, but let's zoom out a bit, because gossip also plays this much larger role in how we function as a society. It's not just about us as individuals, it can actually have positive effects on entire groups. Now, this might sound totally counterintuitive, I know, but research published in the Journal of Psychological Science suggests that gossip has this really powerful, maybe even evolutionary benefit. It actually helps us cooperate.
So, how in the world does that work? Well, think of gossip as a kind of social policing. It's how we share information about how other people are behaving. It helps the group identify anyone who's being selfish or untrustworthy. And that social pressure, the fear of being talked about, often encourages people to change their ways and become more cooperative. It's a system for keeping everyone in line.
So when you put all of these pieces together, it becomes incredibly clear that gossip, especially celebrity gossip, is this fundamental, super multifaceted part of being human.
It's doing so much work. It's a tool for bonding, for self-reflection, for maintaining social order. And sometimes, it's just a great way to relieve stress by getting distracted by someone else's drama for a little while. It's a really powerful engine for human connection.
So, the next time you find yourself scrolling through celebrity news or chatting about a star's latest breakup, maybe you don't have to see it as a character flaw. You can see it for what it is, a complex, powerful, and deeply human social behavior that's helping us make sense of our world.